I chose optometry because it's real people-oriented. You get a lot of patient interaction. Plus, I'm just a real nerd about eyes. That's what really got me into it the first time, was in biology in high school. Actually, there was a small chapter about eyes and ears, and that small chapter of eyes just really grabbed me, and I loved everything about how we see what we see and how the whole system works. It's like a machine. I did shadowed some optometrists and actually some ophthalmologists as well during college. And I actually shadowed one guy in particular who's a OD, MD, so he has both his optometry degree and his medical degree. So I got to see a lot of different facets of it and get to choose which part of the profession I wanted to do, and I chose optometry. And unlike a lot of other people that came in, I didn't actually work in an office, so I felt like I was coming in with pretty much no experience, but I think SEO does a really good job of training you from the ground up. So I never felt like I was behind or lack of experience just because I hadn't worked in an office and I'd only shadowed, but I feel very competent now. And from day one, I never felt like I was behind the 8 ball trying to catch up with everybody else. I decided on SEO because the clinical experience that you get here is second to none. We have the largest eye clinic in North America, which is really cool. The staff doctor to student ratio in the clinic is 4-to-1, so you get a lot of personal, in-depth experience with the clinic, whereas some other schools are more research-oriented, which is fine, but I just wasn't really oriented towards the research side of the profession. I wanted to be a good clinician overall, and the experience you get here is just out of this world. Also, the test weeks being blocked as they are really helped me become a better student for studying, especially for boards coming up next year for us. It really helps you to study as you go, because with block tests, studying the night before really isn't going to work very well. The fact that the tests are blocked helps me study week to week, day to day, and really retain the information. There's a lot of different organizations to get involved with once you're here. One of the groups I'm personally involved with is Optometric Private Practice, where they bring in practicing docs, some that have recently graduated, some that have been practicing for 30 years, and they talk about the business side of it, because that's often not something we get a lot of experience on. We get the science part and we're excellent clinicians, but sometimes running a business is a nuance that we don't get. So we get people that have been in the career for a little bit to talk to us about opening a business cold, buying into a practice, what are the things that they wish they knew coming out of school, pitfalls that they went through that we can avoid to help us have a more fruitful career. Optometry school does take a lot of your time, but it is important to find your little escapes. Like if you like to read a novel that doesn't have anything to do with eyes. If you like sports, go out and run, go play some sports, get involved with intramurals or something like that. But you need to find time outside of the classroom to have your fun. And it's very possible here. I didn't think it would be as possible as it is to be able to have fun on weekends. And sometimes if a birthday's on a Wednesday, be able to go out to get dinner with a friend. It's very possible to do. You just have to use your time very wisely. Memphis has a lot of different things, a lot of little local restaurants, which is one of my favorite things, because you do have chains in Memphis, but there's so much local food that's just great and that you only get in the city of Memphis. There's a lot of live music. In pretty much every bar or restaurant you walk into, you're gonna find some live music, so that's really cool. There's Memphis in May, which is a big music festival, which is really fun. There's lots of parks. If you have a dog, you want to go hiking, there's Shelby Farms where you can do a lot of that outdoor activity. I think one of the big things about choosing a school is the way you feel when you're on campus. So in most of the schools, pretty much all of the schools, you're going to get a good education. It comes down to where you feel at home, away from home, where you feel comfortable. And when I got here from day one, before I even stepped onto campus, I just felt welcome from the admissions team. Mike was emailing us pretty much as soon as that acceptance button went into the application. So I really felt welcome. I felt like I was not just a number here. I was a name, I was a person. So I felt really welcome here, and that's a lot of the reason why I chose SEO.